So part of the mess we're gonna have to clean up now. 11 inches of rain came through here and turned this dry creek bed into a river. I had to do an emergency sheep rescue. They were running out of dry ground. Got the dogs pulled out, and it's a few days later now. The waters finally went down where we can get in here and kind of fix everything. But it ended up knocking down the fence, a temporary fence on both sides. And the water level was up to about right here, coming through the trees. They just had this little sliver of dry ground. So, kind of an emergency. We couldn't get out the gates. The water was too high to get the sheep to the gate. There was no dry path. So we came down here to the corner. Ended up cutting the 5 strands of slick wire and our 2 new hot wires to get the sheep out into this next pasture. And because there was no hot wire there, we took the dogs home with us that night, which in hindsight was a mistake. That first night, I got chased by some coyotes or stray dogs, something, and ended up killing 2 of the sheep, wounding or hurting pretty bad 2 of a lamb and another sheep. So we got those 2 wounded ones home, taking care of them, kind of babying them back to health. Right, here's where we cut the fence to get them out of here. You can see the water was right here along this edge, kind of right here, with only dry land left. But we learned our lesson, why we have sheepdogs. So the day we discovered there was 2 dead ones and 2 hurt ones, we took the 2 hurt ones home, brought one of the dogs back out here, and put them in a little arena right over there. And they've been good ever since there. The last 2 or 3 days, we put a little hay out because there wasn't a lot of grass for them. But it's finally dried out enough. We're gonna get this cleaned up, salvage what we can out of these posts. Some of this just washed away. You can see where the water came through here. It's all tangled up. But we're gonna do what we can, get it picked back up, get all this brush off of our reels, and set up the next pasture over there for them, a little bit higher ground. Talking to the landowner, he's only seen this creek run a few times in the years he's lived here, and never as high as it was this time. But I don't know what all's been said on this video. Basically, we got between 10 and 12 inches of rain in 48 hours. And this is normally a dry creek. Usually 5 or 6 inches of rain will just put a little trickle down it, but that much rain with nowhere to go kind of overran it. So I've got a little bit of cleanup to do today and get everything back to how it needs to be, and kind of show you some of that progress as we go. There's the 10 that we got left out here now. Say we got 2 at home, 2 dead ones for 14, but there's only 10 of them going to be out here for now. So these mamas have their babies. And if there's any lessons to be learned, these sheepdogs are valuable. They definitely worth their weight in gold out here. We learned that lesson in one night. We've always had dogs with our sheep until that first night. There just wasn't enough room at that fence. I didn't trust them to stay in, and we learned that lesson the hard way. We got 2 of them. They got killed by coyotes, and all of them wore out that night. the next morning we showed up out here, but we brought Henry back out here to do his job, and he's been doing good ever since. That was a few days ago. But I got everything loaded up on the four-wheeler to start building the next paddock for him. I'm fixing to go get that knocked out. I'll show you some progress here shortly. All right, I got this long side 5-strand barbed wire. I put 2 hot wires just like last time all the way down, and then over there going back to the main gate where we come in at was woven wire. I ran 1 strand of hot wire there. There's a little bit right here that I need to patch, but I got the temporary fencing all out of the creek. I just made a rectangle here. It's about 2 acres. I'll have to make an L shape the way this is because there's not a cross fence in the middle, but we'll have this 2 acres, and then we just put all the stakes and temporary wire up, bringing the sheep from the arena up by the house, across the field, come through the gate, across the creek in the driest spot where the road is, and then into this 2-acre temporary paddock. So I'll get this ran, bring the water over. I already moved the dog food, and then I'll put the drone up so you can see the sheep. We'll move them over here, let them into their new home for now. And then the way that I've stepped this off, we should have the 2 acres here, 2 acres here, 2 acres there until we hit the back fence. And then we can do that 2 more times going to the north, and 2 or 3 more times going back to the east over there. And that'll get this whole pasture covered, and then we'll cross the fence and go back that way. By then, we'll see how long it takes them to eat 2 acres. There's not a whole lot of forage here. There is some grass underneath, and then they seem to like whatever kind of grass this is here. But I don't know. Of course, there's none right here where I'm talking. This stuff over here. Let's see. This kind of wispy looking weed right here has some yellow flowers on it. They don't seem to like that. They'll trample it down though, and then underneath of it there's some good cool season grasses starting to come up after all that rain. So we'll have them here, let them eat all the tops off, and then keep rotating them around. Get these last wires ran on this temporary paddock, and then get some video of moving them across here. much all I've got today. I know there wasn't a whole lot of great video content there, but a lot of work got done today. And it's hard to run the camera and do the work at the same time, but we've got all the sheep over here now in their new home for now. Water set up, dog food set up, and they're all looking around, finding some good grass to eat. Dogs ran the perimeter a few times. I'm fixing to get out of here for the day. We've got next couple of paddocks lined up now that we got all of this done, and moving them across here worked pretty well. You saw in the drone footage. So if you like the content, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, drop a comment down there. Let me know what I'm doing right, what I'm doing wrong. We're just figuring this out as we go. Thanks for watching.